Hello and welcome to the Machinist News Network. I'm Deirdre Kiniewski. For 120 years, the IEM has been protecting workers. And this week, at the Center for American Progress in Washington, D.C., the idea of putting workers first took the spotlight.
Pay the worker his or her wages promptly because the worker is poor and is counting on it. Otherwise, the worker will cry to the Lord against you and you will be guilty of sin. If you don't recognize this, it's from Deuteronomy 24, verses 14 and 15. Wage theft was wrong in biblical days. It is wrong today.
Worker rights issues have been around for quite a long time. But as some corporations become more powerful and less respectful of their employees, the workers are the ones who suffer. And so the battle labor unions face every day continues. IEM's General Counsel, Allison Beck, shares her first-hand knowledge of what the last 8 years have been like under the current anti-worker administration.
And clearly one of your biggest advocates in accomplishing what you hope to accomplish at the Department of Labor, what we all need, is the labor movement. But we haven't been able to do any of that for the last 8 years because we've been too busy teaching our clients about how to fill out their LM2s and how to fill out their LM30s and how to prepare for an ICAP and how to file their LM1 forms over and over again.
The panelists at the center are here to talk about what the new White House administration can do to put workers back at the top of the priority list. And all agree labor unions are going to be a large part of the solution. Beck tells audience members, as always, the labor movement is ready to help. Our doors are still open, even after the last 8 years.
And let me just say, nobody in the labor movement is opposed to transparency and disclosure. We're all fine with it. We've got nothing to hide.
There's a lot that can be done starting in January. Jordan Barab, a senior committee policy advisor in the U.S. House of Representatives, says passage of the Employee Free Choice Act is step one. But it's not all about legislative changes, like increasing worker safety penalties and targeting problem industries. It's also about the steps President-elect Barack Obama can take to foster a difference.
That means both, as I mentioned before, legislative changes to increase agency staffing, but it also means really looking towards active enforcement partnerships. Partnerships can include labor unions, industry associations, state agencies charged with enforcing worker protections in their home state, and community organizations trusted by workers.
As a first-term governor of New Jersey, John Corzine knows how important these partnerships can be, especially with labor unions, even if it's not always the most popular action to take.
If there isn't a uniform standard, we are constantly, those of us who actually care about protecting the workforce, put at a competitive disadvantage, at least in the dialogue, the solicitation of business. If I hear one more time that New Jersey is not a business-friendly place because we actually support our workforce so that they can have a standard of living that will allow them I'm going to have to find a new job one day.
The machinists can identify with not taking the most popular route. And the entire labor movement is hoping the new president will also be familiar with this concept and put workers back in first place. For more machinist news, you can log on to goiem.org. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.